Hey everybody, this is Joyce at Shadow by You Tarot with a little bit of lanyap, and today I'm going to share with you different ways you can dress a candle and a couple of different candles that you can dress. So I'm going to start here with a taper candle. It's just a regular taper candle, and what I've done is I inscribe the person's name that is the target, and of course you're going to always cleanse your candles before you use them. Okay, you can do that with Florida water, holy water, sacred water that you make. You know, there are different ways. I do a lot of sage smudge. I have mugwort and sage sticks, and I usually go ahead and cleanse with that. That's how I like to clear my things and get them ready for ritual or just spell work in general. But I usually do that when I purchase and bring them home. That's when I do a lot of my cleansing, and then everything's pretty much ready to go. You know, I do a few more things right before when I prepare for spell work or whatever it is I'm up to. So with this particular candle, I am drawing someone in. So I inscribe that person's name, the target's name, from the bottom going up the candle, their full name and birth date, and I do it going all around. At the top of the candle, I inscribe the client's name and birth date around. Okay, now you can also do it like you do a petition paper, and if you write the target's name 3, 4, 5, 9 times, of course with a wider candle it's a lot easier, but you can do their name 3 times, your name 3 times going across, or the client's name 3 times going across. You can do it that way. If this is a negative working, so you would take the target's name and you would start from the top to the bottom, the same thing, the full name and birth date going all around, and still put the client's name at the top because they're going to dominate that. I feel domination, whoever it is, yourself, your client, I feel they dominate from the top. That's just how I do it. When I do petition papers, I'll put, whether it's for me or for a client, I'm going to put their name at the top, and I'm also going to put their name over the target's name. Okay, so that they dominate them. I've heard of people doing it opposite, to like for a love spell or love petition or money petition for themselves or for someone else. Say they want their husband to find a job or whatever the case may be, they actually put their name or the company name or whatever, and then they put the target, that person's name, on top as though they were being enclosed on them. That's their way of doing it. I feel differently about it. I want to be on top myself, or I know it sounds bad, or my client on top, because I do feel that that's the dominant. That's how you dominate, is by being on top. Okay. What a conversation. So, anyhow, the oils, whatever oils you use, you're going to, if it's for a positive working, we're going to put it that way. If it's for positive, you're going to do clockwise, and negative workings, you're going to do counterclockwise. And some people start from the middle of the candle going up, and from the middle of the candle going down. And they'll do this in a clockwise position, going up, middle on up, clockwise position, middle going down, or vice versa with the oil to dress the candle. After you do that, what you do, your candle is full of oil. Okay, I have my oil here, and I have some of my herb powder mixture that I have, my prosperity powder and herb mix that I do make. I have that here, and I have a little bit oil in my pan. And what I do is, if it's for positive workings, I'll roll the candle in the oil toward myself. If it's negative workings, oh, you couldn't see. You roll it toward yourself for positive to get that oil up on there, and you roll it away from you for negative workings, okay, to get your oil on. Same thing for your herb powder, whatever you're using, a mix, glitter, whatever it is you're using, which I do have a little glitter in my powder mix here with my herbs. And so what you're going to do is the same thing. For positive workings, you're going to roll the candle in the mix toward yourself. For negative workings, you're going to roll it away. Okay? So towards you for positive and away from you for negative. Okay? So you have a dress candle as for your taper candle. You got to be careful with the herbs. Yes, they can catch on fire. And of course, you want to stick it in a fire safe container before you light it. But yeah, basically this is it for a taper dressing. Okay. You can also go up to the wick, you know, the bottom. Some people do, some people don't. Okay? It just depends. I get real messy with this stuff. So for your jar candle workings, I've seen different ways of doing it. It depends on the candle for me. If the wax is really soft, it's so much easier to work with for me. You know, because it's hard to make holes in the candle wax or carve out a little chunk of really hard wax, but you do what you got to do. So some people don't put holes at all in these jar candles. They don't like putting holes in it. They don't like, you know, loading their candle that way. And so what you can do is take a pen knife or whatever you have. This is a pen I don't use for anything but inscribing or whatever I need. So you can actually, in the wax here with an old pen, a nail, a pencil, whatever you have, and you can inscribe going around in the wax, you know, your sigil or your client's, your target's name or whatever, and you can do that. Okay? You can write in there what you're doing the spell for. You know, prosperity, peace, good health, whatever. You can inscribe in the wax going around counterclockwise. If it's negative, clockwise for the positive. You can also take a Sharpie and write your name or the client's name, date of birth, and the things that it's being worked for, that the candle's being worked for. Okay? You can write that all around. You can draw sigils on it, whatever you want. Another way is to poke the holes in the candles. And this is just an example. I poked 2 holes, okay, in this candle. I have a long screwdriver that goes in there, makes a perfect hole in the candle. So, this is a good luck money candle, gambling candle. And I just put 2 holes just as an example. Some people put 3, some people put 5, some people say you have to put 7 to 9 holes. For me, I do this sometimes now to poke the holes, but my mentor, Belinda Reedy, said, no, you can actually carve out a chunk. So I do that now mostly. And in these holes, you put a little dropper of oil, not a whole dropper, a drop of oil, and you can stuff your little herbs in there, whatever you want, glitter, whatever it is. You have to be careful with the amount of oils you're going to put inside your candles to dress them, no matter how you do it, because take it from me, a little goes a long, long way. You don't need much at all, because it will affect the burn of the candle, if not put it out, if you put too much oil. So you can do that. You can make a sigil, you can still do that. You can still put your own sigils on the candle. You can put herbs, sigil, whatever you want, but you can't have it. And that's something else too about dressing a candle, any candle. You have to be careful not to get the herbs and whatnot. You don't want to overfill, overdress, overload, however you want to term it, your candle, because those herbs will catch on fire, okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to try to keep your oil and your herbs away from the wick, and don't dress it so heavy. Just a little bit is all you really need, just a teeny tiny little bit at a time, just a little bit, because you also want to feed your candles as they burn, and you don't want to put tons and tons of stuff. Take it from me. Herbs will catch on fire and burn, and yes, you have to start over. I had to start over. Okay. So, some people don't. They just want to clean it out and just try to relight the same, and all this, and that's cool. That's fine. To each his own way, to each his own thing, But yeah, you just got to really watch how much you load into here, and try to push your herbs and your oils away from the wick. Don't overload. Remember, and also when you feed a candle, you don't have to feed inside of it, okay? If you don't want to dress the inside at all, you don't have to. You can put this on a plate, a tray, whatever it is you're using to set this on, and you can dress around it, okay? Flowers, herbs, you can do whatever you want. If you want to just rub your oil on the top here, while you're saying your affirmation, while you're saying your prayer, while you're chanting, whatever it is you're doing, your choice, your spell, okay? And you can just rub the oil like this. You don't have to put it inside if you don't want to. You can also put oil on the glass. The same technique as with the taper. For the positive, you want to put it going clockwise for the positive, counterclockwise for the negative. Clockwise positive, counterclockwise negative. Remember, when you are rolling your taper candles, you're going to roll them to you for positive workings and roll them away from you, negative workings. The same thing in a petition paper. When you are rolling or folding your petition paper, you're folding it towards you for positive workings. Negative workings, you're going to fold it away from you. Okay, towards you is positive, away from you is negative. And that's basically the rule of thumb. with that. Also, what I didn't mention, which I should have made notes, and I'm really bad about not making notes. These candles, what you can do it with your tapers, any candle. And I saw this, I don't know why I didn't think of it. Instead of just holding it and speaking your intention, whatever it is you're doing, do this. And I saw that from Kat Rodriguez, maybe. And and it's great advice to prepare your candle, and she's like, you just roll it and you're thinking and you're meditating on what you're doing, you're meditating, you're speaking into the candle, you're thinking, you're meditating, you're getting, you're just kind of rolling it around in your hands, and you're really putting your intention into it, okay? You're just kind of getting it ready. You're getting it ready to start to dress, to start the spell, and it's really a good idea, okay, to help put your intentions in there and, get this work started. Of course, that's not the only time you're going to put your intentions in there. You're going to do it throughout the preparation of the candle. You're going to do it throughout the spell work. And every day, you're going to speak to your candles. Every day, you're going to put your intention into the working until it's done. Okay? You're going to do this, and you're going to take care of it. Or it's just, if you're going to start it, do it. Put everything you've got into it. You don't have to overload your candles. You don't have to overdress them. Like I said, you can do it around them. If you're scared for everything to catch on fire, or the oil putting out the wick, or whatever the case may be, just dress around, dress around the candle. I hope I'm explaining all this to where it makes sense, okay? Let's see. So, yeah. Whenever you have a candle that you want to carve out a chunk, thank you, Belinda. And I made a little chunk in this one, and it's hard to really see it well, but I'm always going opposite the camera. So I carved out a chunk to stick my herbs and my oils in here. Okay, you see that? And so that's all ready for some herbs and some oils. I do the wick. If I can, I also put my intention in here, or the client's, or the target's name. Okay, the client, this is me. I put the client on top, all around, full name and birth date. On here, even though they have writings and sigils and whatnot, I add more. I add more intention. Okay, I add more sigils. I also put sigils or names on the bottom here. It just depends on what working it is. But I add the names of the target. Well, add the name of the target, full name, date of birth. On the side of the candle, client or self on top, full name, date of birth. All that applies. What I want to happen, or what they want to happen, I add all this stuff. I put as much on my candles as I can fit. And I focus on that. And it helps me to meditate on it. It helps me to focus. The more I'm working on it, the better focus I get, the more intention goes into the candle, and the better success you have with the working. There you go. So that's it for how to dress a candle. If I didn't make any notes, I think I pretty much covered it. I mean, there are different things you can do. Oh, yeah, there is something else I wanted to show you guys. Petitions. Now, what you can also do, like this candle wax is really, really soft, so it's easy for me to do with this one. And you can take a piece of Palo Santo, or you could take a cinnamon stick if it's, well, I think cinnamon is good for pretty much love, money, prosperity. I love cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon stick or Palo Santo. With this, and the cinnamon stick too, but I find this is a little easier for me. I'll take a Sharpie. Say if it's for love, I'll use red. If it's money, I use green. And I'll put names or sigils on here. I didn't write anything on this paper, but we're going to pretend that it's a petition. And you can wrap it. Here's the stick. You can wrap it, like I said, positive towards you, negative away from you. Excuse me, as tight as you can. Onto the cinnamon stick or Palo Santo. And you have it wrapped. Wrap it as tight as you can. And then you can make a hole big enough and you can shove this into the candle. Okay? As close to the glass as possible, but you can shove this into the candle. Okay? Or you don't have to put the petition in it, but you can still stick the cinnamon stick or the Palo Santo in it for added protection, even if you don't want to put the petition with it. But whatever makes you happy, whatever you choose, you can not listen to anything I'm telling you, or try it out. You know, I get great ideas from other practitioners that I am truly grateful to even be able to learn from. I will learn till the day I die. I will never say I know everything. I do not know everything. Far from it. There's too much to know. Okay? And so I thank you guys for watching. Please, if there's anything that I left out that you need to know, just message me. Let me know. And I'll be more than glad to do another video. I'll be more than glad to answer your questions. You know, whatever you think is necessary, that if you feel I've left something out of this video. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you soon. Bye.